The K-dramas of 2024 brought us couples so intense that it's impossible not to fall in love with their stories. Today, I'll introduce you to the 8 couples with the greatest chemistry who stole our hearts. Im Sol and Ryu Sun-jae from Lovely Runner. If you've already watched Lovely Runner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Im Sol, played by the talented Kim Hae-yoon, and Ryu Sun-jae, portrayed by the charismatic Bayon Woo-seok, formed one of the most unforgettable couples of 2024. The story is intense and full of twists, but what truly captivated fans was the flawless chemistry between these two actors. The relationship between Im Sol and Ryu Sun-jae is complex and full of emotions. At first it seemed like just a story about a fan trying to change her idol's tragic fate, but as the plot unfolded, we were gifted with heartwarming moments where their connection transcended the barriers of time and space. It's impossible not to root for this couple, even knowing that destiny has cruel plans in store for them. Bayon Woo-seok delivered a sensitive and romantic Ryu Sun-jae, proving why he's being called the new heartthrob of the nation. Meanwhile, Kim Hye-yoon brought all the energy and charisma needed to balance the melancholy of Woo-seok's character. Together, they created moments that warmed our hearts and left us in tears during several scenes. For those who haven't watched Lovely Runner yet, here's a tip: grab some tissues. This couple not only won the audience over with their chemistry, but also elevated the series to another level with their impeccable performances. And I must confess, I'm still trying to get over their story's ending. Baek Hyun-woo and Hong Hae in from Queen of Tears. Get ready for an emotional roller coaster with Baek Hyun-woo and Hong Hae in, the unforgettable couple from Queen of Tears. Played by Kim Soo-hyun and Kim Ji-won, they delivered one of the most impactful performances in the history of Korean dramas. Their chemistry is so intense, it feels almost real. Hyun-woo and Hae-in's relationship starts off complicated. 3 years of a strained marriage and a divorce on the horizon. But when Hae-in discovers she has a serious illness, the course of their story changes completely. Hyun-woo, who had already decided to leave, chooses to stay by her side. And that's where the drama grips us, as amidst pain and uncertainty, they rediscover love. And what a love it is. The kind that makes you sigh and, at the same time, question how something so beautiful can emerge in such a tragic moment. Kim Soo-hyun once again showed why he is one of Korea's finest actors, proving that every cent of his multi-million-dollar drama fees is well-deserved. The depth he brought to Hyun-woo, balancing initial coldness with the warmth of someone rediscovering the meaning of love, was simply brilliant. Meanwhile, Kim Ji-won, who has been one of my favorite actresses for years, brought vulnerability and strength to Hae-in, creating scenes that will be forever etched in fans' memories. Her gaze in moments of suffering spoke more than 1,000 words. I'd say Hyun-woo and Hae-in taught us a valuable lesson. Even in the darkest times, true love can find a way. What about you? Was this your favorite drama of the year? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Choi Seung-hyo and Bae Seok Ryu from Love Next Door. If you're a fan of romances that blossom from childhood friendships, Love Next Door is the drama that will steal your heart. Choi Seung-hyo, portrayed by the ever-charming Young Hae-in, and Bae Seok Ryu, played by the delightful Young So-min, delivered such natural chemistry that it felt as though that they were destined for these roles. Their story carries that bittersweet touch of unrequited love that everyone has either experienced or prayed to avoid. Seung-hyo is the loyal friend who has always been by Seok Ryu's side since kindergarten, but when she returns from the United States with plans to marry someone else, his world comes crashing down. What makes it even more heartbreaking is Seok Ryu's initial rejection, making it clear she sees him only as a friend. Ouch. Right. What's captivating about this couple is Seok Ryu's transformation throughout the story. At first, she seems oblivious to Seung-hyo's feelings, but gradually she realizes that true love had always been right beside her. When she finally gives in and acknowledges Seung-hyo's worth, the scenes are so sweet and emotional that you'll find yourself either smiling or crying in front of your screen. As for the performances, Young Hae-in delivers a nuanced Seung-hyo, showcasing the vulnerability of someone who loves without hope and the strength of someone who chooses to fight for that love. Meanwhile, Young So-min perfectly balances Seok Ryu's initial confusion with the growing passion as she reconnects with her childhood friend. Together, they created a genuine and unforgettable romance. If I could describe Love Next Door in one sentence, it would be a reminder that true love might be closer than you think. Literally, right next door. Kang Ji-won and Yoo Ji-hyuk from Marry My Husband. Marry My Husband is the kind of K-drama that hooks you from the very beginning, but what truly steals this show is the irresistible chemistry between Kang Ji-won and Yoo Ji-hyuk, played by Park Min-young and Na In-woo. This couple delivers a story that blends revenge, redemption, and, of course, a breathtaking romance. Ji-won's journey is both emotional and heartbreaking. After being brutally betrayed by her husband and best friend, she gets a chance to turn back time. In this backdrop of revenge, Ji-won meets Yoo Ji-hyuk, her boss, and, unexpectedly, her greatest ally. His support not only empowers the protagonist, but also paves the way for an intensely captivating romance. Park Min-young delivers a brilliant performance as Ji-won, balancing the vulnerability of someone who has suffered deeply with the determination of someone who refuses to be stepped on anymore. Meanwhile, Na In-woo shines as the kind and dedicated Jae-hyuk, who supports Ji-won unconditionally without overshadowing her. This is precisely what makes this couple so special. They are partners in every sense of the word. The interactions between Ji-won and Jae-hyuk are packed with chemistry, from the most intense moments to the softer, romantic ones. Sun Hae-young and Kim Ji-wook from No Gain No Love. If there's a K-drama that perfectly blends humor, tension, and romance, it's No Gain No Love. Shin Min-ah and Kim Young-dae shine as Sun Hae-young and Kim Ji-wook, a couple that starts with a lie but ends up winning our hearts. This fake love trope never gets old, especially when the chemistry between the leads is this good. Hae-young is a determined and intelligent character who makes you root for her from the very first episode. Tired of being underestimated at work for being single, she takes a bold step, pretending to be married to Ji-wook, a calm and seemingly indifferent man who doesn't feel the same societal pressures she does. But as we all know, these contracts never stay on paper, and what starts as a farce quickly turns into something real. Shin Min-ah delivers a stellar performance as Hae-young, perfectly balancing vulnerability and strength. You feel her frustrations but also cheer for every victory. Kim Young-dae surprises as the shy and charming Ji-wook, who gradually gets swept up in Hae-young's contagious energy. Their interactions are filled with delightful tension, sharp dialogues, and moments that make you laugh and swoon at the same time. Have you watched this drama? If not, you're in for a treat. Choi Hong and Jung-go from What Comes After Love. If there's one K-drama that makes us believe time can change people, but not true love, it's What Comes After Love. Lee Se-young and Sakaguchi Kintaro deliver a memorable performance as Choi Hong and Jung-go, a couple whose intense emotions leave us with a lump in our throats throughout the series. Their story begins in Tokyo, with a whirlwind romance that, for a brief moment, feels unbreakable. But as often happens, reality gets in the way, and Hong decides to end things with Jung-go. When they meet again years later in Seoul, everything has changed. They've grown, evolved, and followed separate paths. Yet there's something in their glances, gestures, and even their silences that makes it clear their feelings never truly disappeared. Lee Se-young shines as Choi Hong, a character torn between what she feels and what she believes is right. Her performance layers emotions ranging from regret to the hope of a fresh start. Meanwhile, Sakaguchi Kintaro is flawless as Jung-go, balancing the vulnerability of a writer still scarred by the past with the courage of someone ready to try again. What makes this couple so remarkable isn't just the dialogue, but also the moments where words aren't needed. A single exchange of glances between Hong and Jung-go speaks more than an entire monologue. The intensity of their emotions is almost tangible, reinforcing the genuine connection they share. Bak Sa-eon and Hong Hee-ju from When the Phone Rings. When the Phone Rings brings us a facade of a marriage hiding explosive secrets. Yoo Yeon-seok plays Bak Sa-eon, a cold and calculating presidential spokesperson, while Chae Soo-bin portrays Hong Ha-ju, his wife in a marriage of convenience. When Hee-ju is kidnapped, a mysterious phone call turns Sa-eon's world upside down. Known for his unshakable demeanor, he begins to show emotions even he doesn't seem to understand. The chemistry between them is intense, with glances and silences filled with tension that speak louder than words. As Sa-eon unravels the mystery behind the kidnapping, it becomes clear that Hee-ju also harbors secrets that could change everything. Yoo Yeon-seok and Chae Soo-bin deliver captivating performances, crafting a complex and fascinating couple. Between the mystery and the emotional outbursts, When the Phone Rings makes us wonder, is it possible to find love amidst chaos?